What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Steve from Printing Gang Investments, back with another video. And today in that market, on the first day of the Trump presidency, the market did pretty well. Like, a lot of stocks did extremely well. We had a little choppiness in the beginning, but most stocks actually finished the day pretty well. So I'm up like $448 today. I'm not sure if Webull's glitching, but I really think it's because my Patterson Energy position, it may have glitched after hours. So, you know, that's why I'm sort of saying the same thing. But we up $450 today. A lot of our positions went up, and we gonna talk all about it. So first, with the Palantir position, Palantir continue going up today. It wasn't the star of the show or anything like that today, but we did end the day up like 1.8%. So, you know, the calls we bought in the dip, they're up 51%. I think we bought one at 188, one at 150, they're at 257 now. So that order block that we was looking at on the technicals, it held up very well. I think we had been looking at it for like a month or two, and when push came to shove, it actually held up. So, you know, I like that. The call that we had to roll out to January on the dip, it's up 122. So, you know, we got to get a lot of that money back because they made us roll from June to January. And the last January call, it's only down 24% right now, so we'll see if it recovers. Palantir is at 73.87. We had a lot of up days in a row, so I would expect some sort of consolidation or maybe a down day or two, but, you know, it's earnings season, so if these tech companies keep beating, we could see more upside surprises with a lot of the tech stocks, not just Palantir. Patterson Energy, we're only up 7% on that. That's why I say I think it was glitching to the upside after close yesterday. But, you know, Patterson Energy, I still like it because, you know, now that Trump's in office, it's not just them. I'm going to be looking at a lot of other energy stocks. I might swap one out. I might buy a new one because, you know, my boy says drill, baby, drill. So it is what it is. We're going to have to get involved with that. So that's where we at with Patterson Energy. As far as the quantum trade is extremely impressive, man. You know, I didn't load up on too many calls. I bought a little small call on another account just to see what happened. It actually went up because of what I'm about to talk about. But with the quantum trade, it's just impressive. Like, you know, balance sheet's still garbage. And, you know, I got my little shares because, you know, I did make money off quantum. So, you know, I'm going to stick it through with these little last shares. I can't really lose too much. But I am watching the quantum trade. So these stocks are resilient, man. Rigetti bounced back 42% today. The other quantum stocks were up. I'm still down on the shares, you know what I'm saying? You know, we made over 1,000% on the calls, but we're going to see what happens with quantum. I'm still watching. I'm still interested in it. It's not like one of my investment themes for 2025, even though it did all that. But I got to, you know, I got to at least give them respect and follow what they're doing after what they did last year, if you know what I mean. So we got Serve Robotics, Symbotic. Both of those are still up. You know, I've been looking a lot into the robot thesis. I like these two stocks, and they're cool, and I am going to continue to invest in them, but digging deeper, I think it's really going to be Tesla, Figure AI, and this other company called Apptronic. 2 of the 3 are private right now. But until then, I like these plays. I definitely like Tesla. I feel like if anyone's trying to get involved in robotics, Tesla's the best you can do right now as a retail investor, unless you got the money and connections to get in Figure or Apptronic. You know what I'm saying? But that's where we at with Serving Symbotic. So SoFi broke out today. SoFi hit almost like 18 today. The analysts upgraded SoFi to 35. I think people are catching on. SoFi has been beating earnings for like forever. And we're just in an environment that's very beneficial to SoFi with Trump being off. Is the rate cuts. If Jay Powell does more than expected, that would be even more bullish for SoFi. Plus, they just been doing what they need to do on the fundamental side as well. So I'm really liking SoFi for this year. You know what I'm saying? I might actually start doing some more swing trading with SoFi. Maybe there's not the Junes. I might actually push the date down, try some things. We'll see what happens with SoFi, man. So Tesla was down today, but it actually recovered pretty well because Tesla had a pretty big, I think it was down like 3-4% at one point, 2-3% at one point. So it actually bounced back to only down 0.5%. They're hanging in there. My main thing with Tesla, if it goes up this year, it goes up this year. But me personally as an investor, I'm not even in it for this year. My thesis is I need to get as much Tesla as possible before these robots drop. That's why you guys are going to constantly see me add a lot of Tesla. And that's where I'm at with that. Uranium energy cost still down. which, you know, I'm cool with. I might be adding to it. I'm going to do some more research on uranium energy and a lot more with the uranium plays and the energy plays, because now that Trump's in office, we in 2025, that thesis might start kicking into gear a lot more. So we still got the SPY. You know, we going to always buy the SPY. Every investor should have the SPY. Yeah, buy it your whole life. Nothing else to be said. I'll probably be buying more as I make more money trading. And Walmart, you know, I like Walmart, you know, as a more conservative pick. But, you know, they could potentially benefit from all this AI stuff, all the, you know, reducing workforces. You know, they did a lot of percent last year. Then on top of that, it seems like a lot of companies is going to benefit for AI. I don't think it's necessarily just going to be the tech companies. It might be a lot of our traditional businesses that save a lot of money due to AI. So, you know, I like Walmart as an investment overall, but, you know, we might get a pleasant surprise dealing with a stock like Walmart, if you know what I mean. So, Oklo went on and popped today, man. We are up 25% on Oklo. You know what I'm saying? It was risky, so we didn't buy the calls right now. Anyone who bought the Oklo calls, man, I salute you. I know you're printing a lot of money, and I'm happy for you. It's like I say, uranium situation. It's the uranium situation. Balance sheet's not the best on Oklo, but they're tied in with OpenAI. And if anyone's going to get the contracts, it would be a company like them. We're going to keep seeing if they build nuclear reactors, these SMRs, things like that. But I like Oklo. I'm going to probably keep adding to the shares. I was looking for a significant crash. Looked like we didn't have a significant crash. So, you know, we're going to keep doing what we do with Oklo. But, you know, I'm happy about the performance. NVIDIA's back to 141. So anyone who got that NVIDIA dip did pretty well. You know, I bought a little bit of NVIDIA on the dip. We got, what, $398 worth of NVIDIA right now from trading it. MicroStrategy, MAR, and IBIT. So, Bitcoin is already up. They're at 106,000. Mara and MicroStrategy, they're lagging, but they're starting to catch up. I'm still down 16% on MicroStrategy, but you know, I bought it at the highs with like Palantir gains at the time, so that's one thing. Mara is weird. I'm actually down a little more on Mara than MicroStrategy, so I'm just paying attention to the correlation. I want to see if Bitcoin keeps exploding, do these two stocks go with them? Like I said, I'm going to be adding more money to IBIT personally than these two, but I will put money into them, you know, every now and then, because, you know, if it does take off and the thesis is correct, I want to be there for some of that upside. Like they say, we need our crypto exposure. I saw what just happened with the Trump coin. But IonQ, we up 9% on IonQ. So IonQ was actually the first quantum stock to recover, and that's interesting. It was the first quantum stock I researched. Their balance sheet isn't the best too, but I'm hearing a lot of analysts say that they are like the industry leaders. So I'm noticing the ones that people are leaning towards, they're the first ones to like get closer to recovering. The IonQs, the Rigetti. So like I said, I'm watching the quantum trade. IBM, like I said, IBM might be one of them picks this year. I'm probably going to be adding to IBM this year a lot. That's why it's in here, so I don't forget to add to it. Robinhood went on and hit 50, man. So, you know, we didn't have the calls at the time, but the analyst said it was going to hit 50. I told y'all. The analyst said it was going to hit 50, and Robinhood has hit 50. So if anyone ate on that, congratulations. They think Robinhood could keep going. I need to see how I can get me a call in there, but Robinhood goes so fast, it's very hard to get a good entry on a call. But I'm happy for everybody who's making money off Robinhood, and they probably going to keep reporting growth, so we might be in for some surprises. Grab's down, but the stock up. I think that's like kind of a call option thing. I'm not really worried about it. Their leaps might be adding to Grab. Thesis is there with Grab. It's Southeast Asia. The dollar's high, so I don't think it's going to pop necessarily now, but I still like Grab. It's a pick. That's where I'm at with that. Google, I'm definitely need to be adding to Google a lot more this year. I didn't want to get a decent Google position this year. They're definitely tied in, like Google, Microsoft, all these large language models, the agents that's coming up. I think it's time for a lot of this software, the software side, to start showing why they spend all this money on these chips. It's time for these hyperscalers to start showing why they spend money on these chips. So, you know, I like Google. I like Amazon too, but I can't buy the whole Mag 7 right now. So, you know, I got what I got in this account. Salesforce. I'm going to give Salesforce a shot, y'all. They got the agent force. It's the AI agent year. Everything in my mind's telling me it's not that simple, because from what I've been researching on agents, they're not the only way to build agents, but I think there is a moat with their specific agents because you can use it with the CRM framework and all that. So I am going to be investing in Salesforce this year. You know, they say my boy Mark Benioff is on the dance floor according to Dan Ives. So Salesforce is a little expensive. You might not see me trade no call options on it unless I get enough money to buy one, but I'll probably be rocking with Salesforce this year. GEO is down today, but as you can see, we up still 112% on GEO. And GEO is just a macro situation. We see what's going on with the border. We see what's going on with Tom Homan. They probably going to get the contracts. So, you know, valuation, I don't like GEO long term. If you know anything about these type of stocks, they're not the best long term. But for right now, right here, what's going on, we're going to be riding with GEO Steel. Cameco, that's uranium. We're up 6%. Definitely need to add to that. Kava, great food play, trying to diversify away from just tech. Could have did it last year, but we were too busy buying Palantir. So we're going to try and get a Kava position. I'm going to look for a better price. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to look for whatever prices I can on that. Advanced Money Destroyer, a.k.a. AMD. You feel me? We got a position on AMD. We're going to be adding to AMD this year. I'm going to go with it, but I'm going to be very cautious on AMD because I don't want to get caught down bad overweight on AMD. But I do understand that Lisa Su, I think maybe she can do it this year. I'm hoping she can do it this year. I'm going to go and give it a shot. And I'm not going to knock it, like, because I did buy AMD. What price range did I buy it last time? Like 100 something to 120. I might have got it a little cheaper than that in 2023. But I made money on AMD before. But I definitely had some call options that did make it on AMD before. So we're going to give them a shot. Broadcom, definitely need to be adding to Broadcom. It's part of the infrastructure. It's going to be one of those plays like Google, Microsoft. We got to step those up. And Advanced Auto Parts are actually down right now. So, you know, it's our turnaround story of the year. We're going to see, can they turn around? But, you know, they've been doing all sorts of things, that little call option, man. It's been a little range bound if you look at the chart on Advanced Auto Parts. So we're going to see. My thesis is I hope they can catch up to O'Reilly's and AutoZone. If they could do that, that would be great for the stock. But we'll see. You know, we done had this call for a little minute. We're going to see what happens. But anyway, that's the portfolio. That's what happened on the first day of the Trump presidency. And now we'll look at some stocks. So first, we got NVIDIA, was up 2% today, 2.2% today. We've got the QQQ and the SPY were both up 0.6% today. After an extremely choppy day, they were flat, they were up, they were down. There was a lot going on. But we finished the day up 0.6%. Tesla ended up down 0.57%, but they were down a lot more. So they actually had a pretty good bounce back today. Apple is getting downgrade after downgrade. Nobody believes in Apple. They spanking my Apple call. I'm almost thinking about rolling it. This is one of those opportunities. It's a risk because everybody say this thing is looking the same. They don't think people are going to upgrade them. Apple products are so good. People don't upgrade them as often as they used to. People are saying Apple Intelligence isn't selling the phones like they think it is. You know, but on the bull side, they haven't rolled out all the Apple Intelligence features yet. And they say the iPhone 17 is going to look different, so I'm not going to count Apple out, especially as a long-term investment. As a trade, I'm still thinking about it, but as a long-term investment, it's Apple. It may not always outperform every other stock, but it's Apple. And as someone who, you know, been just watching Apple as a kid, this ain't their first time being doubted. They did the same thing to these people with the iPod. When they got the iPod's color and all the features was on the iPod. The iPods had photos, and you couldn't improve the iPod no more. Everybody was asking what was the next thing they came with that phone. So I'm not going to knock them yet. You know, it's new leadership. It's not Steve Jobs no more, but we're going to see what happens. But the analysts do got a point. Things are starting to stagnate. They are very flat for the stock price. So we'll see what happens with Apple. Like I said, Palantir was up 1.81% today. That was good. SoFi did 8.4% today. This might be one of them breakouts. You know, we was range bound on SoFi for a very long time. Hopefully this will continue. We shall see. See what I mean with the quantum stocks? We got 16% to 42%. All of them was up 16, 20% today. So, you know, bulls make money, bears make money, pigs get slaughtered, man. So for all my bears on these stocks, I hope y'all made y'all money when y'all made y'all money. Hope you didn't get caught down bad. If you did get caught down bad, it is what it is. Oklo was up 20% today. So that's why we were up on that. Like I say, a lot of these theses are starting to pan out that we've been talking about for months because Trump is now in office. Like, and then we say Robinhood hit 50, did 3.84% today. That's just because the market's bullish. They're Bitcoin proxy. They're proxy on the market. People aren't realizing that a lot of millionaires are starting to put their money on Robinhood. You know, they got the stigma that only new traders with $200, $300, $1,000, $2,000 put their money in Robinhood. Is getting bigger than that, and the banks are starting to notice it. So they're growing faster than people expected. They're adding new products. They done added the credit card. They've added the professional trading platform. So they're just innovating over there, and they're just being rewarded for it. So you know that's what's going on with Robinhood. I don't think it's on this watch list. Netflix just beat earnings did, you know, like 9% today. So I don't know why they kicked them out of fame, did them dirty, but you know they bouncing back. Rocket Lab did 30% today, and I think they're gonna try and launch a rocket soon. So you know they got it crazy last quarter, so I can't wait to see what they do this earnings. So that's where I'm at with Rocket Lab. And let's just look at a few more. We had Grab up 2.44%. We had Serve up 6% and Symbotic up 12% today. So, you know, those trades are, you know, working out. I'm going to see if I can get call options on anything, but if not, I'm just going to be buying shares. You know, I got to start participating in these stocks, whether I got the options or not, especially when we be calling them, you know what I'm saying? Uranium Energy was up 4.8%. So, you know, call's not adjusting yet. And GEO is actually down today, but I got to look into why GEO is going down because a lot of other Trump trades are going up, but maybe they rolled so hard before Trump got in office, just a down day. I'm not looking into it too deep, but I'm going to research just to make sure there's nothing I am missing. So let's look at a few of these charts, you feel me? So I'm going to start with Tesla because that bounce back on Tesla today was insane. Let's see. Let's go to the daily. So, okay. So Tesla, yeah, they were, like I say, we're in these bearish fair value gaps on a lot of stocks, and they got to fight their way through them and break them and close above them. So it's going to be a battle. So we were up here yesterday. It looked like we sold off. We sold all the way down to 407, and they bounced back and closed at 424. So like I said, that was an impressive bounce. You know, I wasn't day trading or nothing like that today, but anyone who bought that dip was definitely rewarded on Tesla today. Looks like it came down to the EMAs a little further than that and bounced up. So if you, like I said, caught that dip, you made some money. Let's look at Palantir. Okay. All right. We not in the promised land yet. We not home free yet, y'all, with Palantir. But we're getting deep into this fair value gap, just like with Tesla's fair value gap. We all going to have to fight these fair value gaps, these bearish fair value gaps from the sell-off days. So I need Palantir to break above 74.59, and really I need to break like a decent amount above that, like maybe 75. I need to close above that hold, go higher for me to feel like, you know, we out the water yet. I mean, it's not as bad as it was. Obviously, we up like 50% on the calls we bought in the dip from what way down here where the order block was. But we could still, you know, have some red days. We done had a lot of green days in a row, just like we had a lot of red days in a row. So, you know, once you start having a lot of days in a row, you just be prepared for something to happen. So I'm still watching it. I don't think it's a situation where I necessarily need to buy puts. But at the same time, I wouldn't be mad for a trader for buying puts right here. But for now, I'm just going to let it play out. It was the first day of the Trump presidency. A lot of stocks was riding, so I didn't want to do nothing too brash. The indexes was choppy while stocks was riding, so I just sat back, observed, let a lot of my calls play out. And yeah, that's what I did today. And last, instead of QQQ, let's look at SoFi because they done did 8.5% today. Oh my goodness. Oh. It might be getting real on SoFi. You know what I'm saying? I remember when this happened on a lot of stocks. I remember when this exact setup happened on Palantir. And, you know, nothing's promised in the stock market, but we just broke structure at the high with no resistance up here, y'all. If we could hold these levels, these are anything could happen type levels. So, yeah, I don't know how high SoFi could go from here. At this point, there's no technicals for us to bounce off of, and this is a good problem. We in no man's land in a good way on SoFi. So, you know, anything can happen. It could keep going up, it could fall, It's going to be extremely macro related, extremely related on what's going on with the economy, what's going on with these earnings. But yeah, I'm liking SoFi, and the cost still cheap. So like I say, you might see me train a lot of SoFi. But I know this been a long video, but you know, we had a lot to talk about. First day, Trump presidency. It's your boy Steve from Printer Gang Investments, and I'm going to see y'all in the next video.